Alright, Counterpunch Boxing. We're back with another one. Alright, look, today we got Terence Crawford, Danny Garcia, Angel Garcia, John Molina, kind of a combination. But mainly I want to talk about Terence and Angel Garcia. Recently, Garcia gave an interview, okay, and during the interview, the guy brought up Terence Crawford, and Angel Garcia went on to say, basically talking just mad shit about him, accusing him of cherry picking, and he's fighting John Molina, putting him down. And in the video, he's sweating and he looks like he's like drunk or on drugs. I don't know. I have a little interview clip I'm going to play for you in a minute from Terence Crawford. His reaction to that interview given by Angel Garcia. Well, there he was flipping the camera off. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty rich, coming from the Garcia camp. You got Danny Garcia just fighting Samuel Vargas. Okay, before that, Robert Guerrero, Paulie Malignaggi, Lamont Peterson, Rod Salka. I mean, pulling Rod Salka up, changing the rankings, just corruption right there. Just major corruption, and everybody just like, oh, well, just kind of, blows right past it like no big deal. Herrera, which he got robbed. Matisse, I give him a ton of credit for the Matisse fight, but, that's about it. After that Matisse fight, like I said, he, got the Herrera robbery, pulling up Rod Salka. I think Lamont Peterson beat him. I really do. Go back and watch the fight. Paulie Malignaggi, and then Robert Guerrero, and then Vargas. Now, here's the ironic thing. So you have Angel Garcia, critiquing and criticizing Terence Crawford for taking the John Molina fight. But here's the ironic thing about it. Danny Garcia, he was actually set to fight Andre Berto. Okay? That fell through. Then the John Molina fight came up. All right? So they're good to go. We got Danny Garcia, John Molina. And then Danny ducked Molina. Okay? Now, I'm going to call it a duck to fight Vargas. Okay? So they ducked John Molina. And Terence Crawford ends up with the fight. And then they're going to, run their mouth and talk shit and talk bad about Crawford for fighting a guy that they ducked to go fight another guy that's ranked number 48. I mean, people, really, I've been making a lot of videos about Danny Garcia lately. I'm trying to show you guys, who he is and what they're all about. I mean, it is robbery, cherry pick, corruption, and now they try to justify the Samuel Vargas fight with, well, we're gonna fight Thurman. We got Keith Thurman in in March of 2017. Yeah, I mean that's fine, but you don't. That doesn't really it doesn't give you a pass to fight whoever you want. Now, I can tell you briefly why they took that fight. Because Danny Garcia is under contract. He has an obligation to fight however many, probably 2 or 3 times a year. I don't know. I haven't read the contract, but it's either 2 or 3. Now, if they can take an easy win, then, that fulfills one obligation. And it puts them in a better position to pick an opponent. In other words, let's get an easy guy in there, and then, it kind of like lessens our chance of taking a tough fight. It's a way to manipulate the game. Now, let me play the interview that Terence Crawford did. I think this is about a week ago. Like I said, the interview is a reaction to the Angel Garcia video. I'm doing too many things at one time. Here we go.
Like, come on, man. And then you got the nerves to say something about me fighting John Molina. You should have took the fight with John Molina. That would have been better than the fight that you took it now. Then you said me and Gamboa fought at 140. smoking some real good dope over there, boy. Because you sure was sweating in that video. Stop it. Say no to drugs.
All right, there you have it. That was Terence Crawford, like I said, his reaction to Angel Garcia with the cherry picking and, making false accusations about the Gamboa fight. And, now, Terence Crawford, I've given him my fair share of criticism as well. The Gamboa fight, I thought Gamboa was a lot smaller. And then, he had the Ray Beltran, shout out to Ray, good friend, friend of mine, the Thomas DeLorme fight, I think Henry Lundy, and then the Victor Postol. I kind of said, well, I think Terence Crawford, he needs to step up his game, because, I felt like he was on a different level, and, and it's not that he was, like, maybe not cherry picking, but, he was on a different level and needed to challenge himself, so, and he did that with the Victor Postol fight. Now, like I said, we have John Molina, Terence Crawford for December 12th. Coming up, and he's catching a lot of flack for that. But, coming off that fight with Victor Postol, I kind of give the guy a pass. It's the end of the year. He did what we wanted. The fans kind of, demanded that, he take a tough fight, and he did, and he won, and he looked damn good in the fight. So it's hard to criticize him for that fight. And like I said, what a hypocrite. You got Angel Garcia, talking shit, running his mouth about Crawford for cherry picking. That guy just needs to shut the hell up and go figure out a way to duck and dodge people. Do something with your time, man, because, that it's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. And, I don't know, is it for show? Do they know what they're doing? Do they know, is it an act? Maybe I thought about that. Like, maybe it's an act. It's got to be an act because no one can be that arrogant, naive, and dumb, So, yeah, anyway, what do you guys think? Put your comment below. Just a quick recap. We got Terence Crawford in a feud here with Angel Garcia, accusing him of cherry picking in the John Molina fight. Now, what I hope will happen, one final point, I want to keep the video under 9 minutes. I'm hoping Crawford will move up to welterweight, and God, there's a ton of fights there, but the Crawford Danny Garcia fight would be great. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Now, one good thing here with the Crawford and the Molina fight, you have Top Rank working with Al Heyman. So, hey, that might open up a new door. If Al Heyman and Bob Arum can collaborate and get along, then, yeah, that's really going to open up a lot of new doors. So, like I said, I'm hoping, though, that Crawford can kind of chase a couple of these guys up to welterweight, because right now, that division is stacked. It's just completely stacked with talent, and the matchup potential there is unbelievable.